Hey everybody, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time of day you're watching today. Sasha here, and forgive the shakiness, but this is a first. We're actually recording on my tablet as the oven chimes that it's ready. Today is actually National Pancake Day. Never would have guessed it, folks. So today, I figured why not show y'all how I make whole wheat pancakes. Okay, so this is all your dry ingredients. You're gonna need sugar, salt, baking powder, baking soda, whole wheat flour, of course. You could opt for white whole wheat flour, but I just had whole wheat flour. I actually like the taste of these. Those are your dry ingredients. Wet ingredients, this is my mixing bowl. Cup of milk, vinegar, or if you have buttermilk, go for it. We're gonna melt 2 tablespoons of butter, some vanilla extract, pure vanilla extract, and an egg. So first things first, allow me to set y'all down, and we'll get started. Boy howdy, I hope y'all can see me. Because this is my first time filming with the tablet. Usually I opt for the cell phone. Oh. Okay, so first things first, y'all. If you do not have actual buttermilk, a viable substitute is to make, a quick substitute. A viable substitute is to make a substitute. No, but this is a simple formula for using buttermilk. It's 1 cup of regular milk or sweet milk, however you want to refer to it, and then 1 tablespoon of white vinegar. And what happens is the milk curdles. You gotta let it sit though, y'all. Let it sit for a little bit and curdle up, and it's good as buttermilk. I've used this many a time and it does wonders. See how it's starting to curdle up? Maybe you won't be able to see because this, but it's already curdling up, y'all. So set that to the side, let it work its magic, and then when it's like time for me to mix the wet ingredients, I'll then add the egg, the melted butter. When to melt the butter, I generally do it right as I'm finished with the dry ingredients, but I'm gonna stick this in the microwave. Okay, and then the vanilla extract and the egg can wait. Now we're on to mixing the dry. Our pancake mix is going to consist of 1 cup whole wheat flour. And I mean, you could, if you wanted to, have a sieve and like get everything uniform and not spill everything over like I am. Ooh. But y'all, I got this recipe from 15 Spatulas. Like, I just did a quick Google search, and that led me to 15 Spatulas recipe. I just kind of made a little minor tweak to it, but still comes out pretty good. Let me clean up as I go. So 1 cup whole wheat flour. To that, we're going to add some baking powder. This will be half a teaspoon. So I don't have my half teaspoon measurer, so I'm just going to eyeball it from a teaspoon. That looks good enough. I like to sprinkle, try to help with the diffusion process. To this, we're going to add a 4th baking soda. And folks, if these pancakes don't really rise, it's because the soda is bad. There is a way you could check to see if your baking soda is still good, but I'm just going to use what's open. So we need a fourth. Let me get out of the way. Need a fourth. Okay. Put that to the side. We need 2 teaspoons of sugar. And folks, one time I didn't have sugar on hand, so I ended up using stevia. So if you have stevia in the raw, that's basically 6 stevia in the raw packets, or pretty much stevia packets. Okay. And then salt. I'm going to use 1/4 teaspoon. Okay. Yeah, looks good enough. Alright. That's our dry ingredients. So what we're going to do, and actually I should bring out the whisk too. Get the whisk ready. We're just going to gently stir. And just make sure all ingredients are incorporated together. And now while this is going on, I'm going to turn on my burner to get the cast iron pan ready. Or, you know, if you're using a griddle, get the griddle warmed up at this point. Okay, I think that should be enough mixing. I don't see any streaks of white. That's the beauty of using whole wheat flour. Since it's reddish in appearance, you can tell if like the flour isn't mixed. Because if you see streaks of white, then your flour isn't adequately mixed. So it's been like a couple minutes, but look how it's curdling. So like I said, I don't have buttermilk on hand, but the vinegar and milk combination is a good substitute. Alright, dry ingredients are done. Put this in the sink to wash. I'll give it a little bit longer for the milk, and the longer you let it sit, the pretty much it's gonna be like buttermilk. So I'm gonna put the dry to the side, and now we're gonna focus on putting our wet ingredients together. I'm gonna go ahead and nuke the butter, the 2 tablespoons of butter, for about a minute. A minute should be decent enough. A minute, and it's looking nice and melted. So when it comes to the wet ingredients, you know, as long as they're a good amount of curdling, then I'll just go ahead and mix everything up. If it doesn't look like it curdled, then I would wait a little bit longer, but it's fine for now. So what we're going to do, I'm going to do this very slowly. Bring in the butter and milk together. Okay, that's pretty much the melted butter. Try not to slosh everything around. Okay. So, yeah, not too much of that weird crystallized look. So, let's go ahead and crack in the egg. gentle stir. And then, y'all, sometimes, like, when I would try to mix this, I would be splashing stuff everywhere, so just patience. Alright, so I'm just checking to see if the egg has been thoroughly incorporated, and gotta stir a little bit more. Because I don't want that membrane I don't really want that membrane, you know, in the egg or in the wet mixture. So all right. Without spilling too much. And then my little touch is the pure vanilla. I don't think they mentioned this on the 15 spatulas, but a splash will do. And that's arbitrary, but a little goes a long way. If you have the really good vanilla, y'all, I would, I guess like a 4th teaspoon or whatever. Alright. So that is looking like our... There's still some solids because I didn't skim off the... whatchamacallit. I didn't skim off that, you know, fatty layer in the butter. It's not clarified butter, basically. So, dry mix, wet mix. They go together. That's the next step. So what I like to do, put this off to the side. What I like to do, y'all, is just kind of make a small little well. Okay. And then start to pour in the wet and dry. And then I like to kind of mix it in. Shake it off. Try not to let this whisk get too clumped up with the pancake mix. Because you don't, the thing with pancake mix, y'all, you don't want to over mix this. So I'm really hoping that the baking soda is good. Well, moment of truth, we'll find out after we let this batter rest. And you actually, you know, contrary to what people think, you you want lumps in your batter. You don't want to overmix it, because if you do, it'll be very dense cakes. Like, yeah, I don't know what to tell you. But yeah, this is pretty good. A little bit of dry. I saw a dry patch, but just making sure most of it has been mixed, if not all. Yeah, see how there's like lumps? You want to have it like that. Now, the key to good, light, fluffy pancakes, no matter what kind of wheat you use, is you let the batter rest. I've seen people let it rest for 5 minutes, 10 minutes. You know, Not too long, of course, because, you know, all this stuff is sitting out here in room temp. But let that pancake batter rest. And what I'm going to do, folks, is I'm going to clean up. And what I'm looking for is like holes in the, well, not holes, but like bubbles in the batter. When you have bubbles in the batter, that means your baking soda is still good. If there isn't, then the baking soda was bad. And I'm still gonna have them, but they're not gonna have that nice fluffy rise. Um, you know, I hope that this does, but if it doesn't, then hey, we'll still enjoy them somehow, right? Okay, folks. So I'll bring you back in when I'm ready to put the pancakes onto the heat. See you in a little bit. So it's been about 15 minutes. I let the pancake batter rest, and it's not looking too good. I don't think it's gonna rise a whole lot, but they're still gonna taste good. So I'm gonna, ugh, I don't really like this stuff, but I'm using what I have. I guess that's it. Well, at least it's done. I don't like using I can't believe it's not butter, because it's not butter. I always thought you should keep it simple when it comes to using ingredients. And put the pancakes to the batter, or pancakes to the cast iron. The pancake batter. Yeah, I know what I mean. Well, still, as long as you let the pancake mix rest and get some, for sure, get some good baking soda. If you see a whole bunch of air pockets, then you're gonna have a nice, light, fluffy pancake mix. So we should be good on that note. And now what I like to do, well, I'll wait a little bit more until the cast iron gets hot. The one thing you don't want to do is pour your batter on a non-adequately heated griddle or cast iron or pan, whatever you're using, y'all. You want to make sure it starts sizzling when you put the batter on there. Okay, so this is a unique ladle. I usually, not the type of ladle I was accustomed to, but still good nonetheless. Um, I like to get not a full ladle, mind you, but nearly full. But you see how thick this is? Like, you want it to be thick so that it will make for a good pancake, in my opinion. Just dolloping. Let me get this out the way. Just use that amount. And I really find myself shaking. Trying to get this to get off the ladle. But yeah, once the majority of the batter is off, you just let the pancake cook, and you'll know when it's done, or ready to be flipped over, I should say. You'll know when it's ready to be flipped over when you see bubbles on the edge of the pancake. And y'all, let me tell you something. I would flip, like, there's gonna be some mayhem because, like, my wrist, my wrist aptitude is not what, you know, the average cook, like, even, I'd say sub-average. But sometimes my pancakes, like, I don't flip them fast enough with my wrist, and they end up looking kind of awkward. But I'll show you. Hopefully this pancake will, you know, look nice. And then I forgot while I was cleaning to get a plate to put them all in. Okay. Moment of truth, y'all. That wasn't a bad flip. I've done worse. Still a little excess got on the outside. That's no big deal. But they have risen a little bit. Whoa. Please don't fall, spatula. They have risen. So not all is lost. I thought, like, usually with pancakes, there's a bunch of aeration. So if you feel as though the baking soda is not adequate, just leave it a bit longer than usual. I guess to give it time to work its magic. But while that's nearing completion, I like to get my ladle ready again so that I can just pour and keep it moving. No, this one has risen quite substantially, so I'm happy. I'm happy, y'all. And don't worry, I'll show y'all. I'll show y'all. But in the meantime, this is the bacon. So we got 3 slices apiece. I'm telling y'all, there's nothing I love more than cooking breakfast. Or just cooking. I actually do enjoy it, you know. So I wish I could have had this mindset when I was younger. So I wouldn't have, like, been so eager to eat out all the time. Because, man almighty, could have been saving on money. Could have been, like, becoming a better cook. Because, you know, I'm still learning. I'm not really an expert by all means. Yeah. So as I get more down the line, it's risen. See, I was worried that it wasn't gonna rise, but no, yeah, it risen. It's fluffy, spongy, not perfectly shaped, I will admit, because I didn't let the flick of my wrist isn't too great. But yeah, you actually, I don't know if y'all can even see it, but you actually want like a thick pancake batter, not too soupy, kind of thick, with lumps in it. That's how you know you have a good pancake batter on your hands. But yeah, I really finesse as much of the batter off the ladle as possible. So I try not to waste too much, you know. So like I said, while this is going, I go in with the ladle again. Get the next see, now it's ready to go in again and keep the station moving. Yeah, y'all, but I was a little skeptical when I first made these pancakes. I didn't know if I was like, I don't know if I like them. It's not like regular pancakes. But yeah, y'all, I used to, okay. So when I was like in high school, I would buy these pre-made pancakes in the refrigerated section, called Mama Mary's. And they were good, don't get me wrong, they were good. But they were kind of costly. They cost more than pancake mix. But pancakes were something I like to have, like, once in a blue moon. I didn't really, like, get the concept of cooking. Like, I would make certain dishes, yeah, but it wasn't as complex as some of the dishes I can make now. But I mean, going into my 20s, then I learned about, okay, well, pancake mix is much cheaper than Mama Mary's already made pancakes. And at that time, I didn't know about, like, the dangers of pre-made processed foods. So it's like you want to be aware of what you're putting into. Okay. Hey, there we go. I have to, like, prime myself to get the pancake flip right. But this is a this is a beautiful one. So yeah, when I was in my 20s, y'all, I was like, oh, you know what? It's easier to do pancake mix rather than buying pre-made pancakes. And I could even have, like, pancakes ready to go or whatever. Just thinking like that. See, look at that beaut. Look at that beaut. This is a beautiful pancake, y'all. Look at that. But I'm just happy that in the fact that baking soda was still good. So it's looking like it's going to be 5 this time around. Okay. Yeah, it's looking like 5, y'all. But like I said, yeah, 5, 6. That's usually the outcome. If you do, like, exactly a half ladle, then you probably get 6. But yeah, still, as long as it's 4 and enough for me to, divide equally with my mother, it's Gucci. So yeah, pancake mix, it's still kind of pre-made, but then a light bulb came on in my head for making your own pancake mix, so I don't have to go to the store, or if the store runs out, well, I'm not up a creek, you know what I'm saying? So I had a big thing of flour, big thing of whole wheat flour. I did not know, the difference between white wheat, whole wheat, all-purpose flour. I just bought a sack of wheat flour. And I'm like, well, like, this was when I was about to move out of my apartment, yeah? And, this was when I was about to move out of my apartment, and I had this big sack of flour. Now, you saw that flour in the beginning of the video, y'all. I've been putting that flour to use. We'll still put that flour to use until it is empty. Yeah, I've made whole wheat pancakes, whole wheat, biscuits, which that's another thing I would like to do with y'all. Do a whole wheat biscuit video. That'd be nice. Whole wheat. Shucks. I want to say I'm gonna do a whole wheat banana bread. And yeah, y'all, it's something, you know, the stuff you can come up with when you just have the raw materials. Okay. So, this is the hard part. I should have got my spatula, because I really have to scrape this part down. But, yep. Get as much of it as I can possibly get. This one's probably going to be a bit bigger than the others. Okay. Get a bit longer. Okay. Ah! Yeah, that was a messy flip. See if I can brown the edges a little bit. But yeah, I see, kind of got a little messy shape, but it's still good nonetheless. So that's the beauty. I will take one, and my mother will take another messed up pancake. The batter, that's most of the remnants. I can't get any more. But yeah, I try not to waste too much batter, because, you know, food is expensive as is. So, waste not, want not. Ah, beautiful. So there we have it, folks. But yeah, very nice and hearty. I'm gonna enjoy this. We're gonna sit to the table, have some coffee, some pancakes, and a couple slices of bacon, y'all. That is a darn good meal. So, folks, thank you very much for watching this impromptu episode of Cooking for a Change. Yeah, I really didn't care much for those, like, national theme days, whatever day. But yeah, this one I was like, well, sure, why not? Let's do it. National Pancake Day. Hopefully you're enjoying National Pancake Day yourselves. Let me know in the comment section below how are you enjoying the day. And folks, I will see you for Thirsty Thursday very soon as well, so don't you go anywhere. Thanks for watching. Any questions, comments, suggestions, or small talk, don't be a stranger. Leave it in my comment section below. Any and all are welcome. Greatly appreciated. Love to hear your thoughts and opinions. Tell me how you like to enjoy your pancakes. But alrighty, folks. I am hungry and I can't wait any longer. So take care. Make it a great day today and every day. And I'll see you in the next video. So until then, folks, have a good one. Sasha signing off. Bye now.